Okay, so we're going to start out by drawing the side of the head, and we're drawing the ear, looking at it so that we're looking at the front of the face, so you're seeing the ear in perspective. And that's a little bit harder to do than drawing it from the side, from the profile. So there's the top of the ear, and that's part of the cartilage. We're going to draw the shape of the ear here. And there's the lobe of the ear. So we're not seeing the full ear, it's definitely foreshortened. Just trying to define the outer edge of that ear. Widening that helix there where it connects up with the side of the head. So here's that little point that sticks out in the inside of your ear. It's kind of like a little bump. And then there's the cavum. So that part of the ear where it really sinks in. And there's some lines in there. There's some creases, there's some folds. And ears look pretty funny when you look at them and you don't look at the face, you just focus on the ears. But it's better that you know how they look instead of trying to guess how they look when you're drawing them. And ears are pretty straightforward because they have so many lines. You can see that the ear compared to the nose has a lot of line to it. It's not all value like the nose would be. So starting in on the shading, trying to get some shadow in there. Focusing on the inside of the ear, that cavum part. So you can see it's darkest near the hole in your ear. And then it gets a little bit lighter as there's like kind of a ridge. And then it goes back to being kind of like a medium, not quite as dark as the one below. So that kind of bump shape gets a light value. So does a lobe, gets a little light value there. And that's a little bit of a cast shadow where the ear meets the side of the head. Getting some light shading in the inside of the ear there. So anytime you have something that dips in or curves down, it's going to be a darker value than something that pokes out. That's a pretty dark cast shadow in there in the upper part of the ear, the top half. So even the helix has some shading on it, except for at the highest part of the helix, where it starts to curve, where it makes the curve. So going in and trying to fine tune some of the shading. So really it's more of the upper ear that's in shadow. The lower ear is being more illuminated. So sometimes you won't see the ear, or you'll see part of an ear and not the whole ear because it's covered with hair. That's okay, but you still should know how to draw the ear even if you're drawing just a partial ear. Okay, so now we're getting in a little bit of hair. So this is the hair that's on the side of your head. And both men and women have hair that go down, that's along the side of the ear, right near the ear. So that's pretty much the finished ear. You could try getting some more hair texture on there, so getting some lines to suggest the hair. But that's, for the most part, it.